today we have got the wonderful Georgia Amelia.
Welcome!
Welcome.
Did I just send that? And this is going to sound really weird, and it sounds a bit dodge. And I think maybe that's probably why I'm never talking to my dad again. I was very bossy. Oh, I know I'm so good at this, and I know I'm so good at
triple threat.
Going on the CV.
Trying to promote the show.
You've got 48 hours.
And the rest.
On TikTok.
Normally it's me!
New Charles and Diana, because like you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Close Enough. We're joined today by a very, very, very exciting guest. Now, this person who we've got the podcast today is a TikToker who is actually been posting for quite a while now. And we absolutely love her journey. And she seems like the sweetest person in the world. So we are so excited to have her with us today. If you are new here though, please don't forget to like, subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and you can also follow us on Spotify. You can add us to your library. You can do all that jazz. But today we have got the wonderful Georgia Amelia.
Welcome!
Welcome.
Hi.
We are so
Thanks for
excited
being
to have
here.
you. Yes, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for joining us.
inviting me.
Well, it's absolutely amazing to have you. So first of all, we want to just ask you, what inspired you to start posting on TikTok?
I downloaded the app 4 years ago now, and I started watching a few content creators, and I thought, oh, that looks like a bit of fun. So I thought I would just make maybe one video, let's see how it goes. And I kind of didn't really think anything of it. I kept watching another few content creators and influencers who were continually making all these videos, and I could see that there was a following that was kind of growing and growing. And I quite liked just talking to the camera, showing people what I was doing. I was doing a sort of, I started out doing Eat With Me's because I wanted to kind of make myself feel a bit more fitter, a bit more healthier. That's kind of gone downhill now, can I just tell you? But that's kind of where that's what I wanted to do, just not necessarily anything in particular. It was just, let's just start out, just post a couple of videos and see what other people think of them. And then sure enough, I got a few followers. I thought, oh wow, this is amazing.
She's hooked.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's basically how I kind of started. And like I say, that was about 3.5 to 4 years ago now.
Amazing, yeah.
You've been there quite a while now, though. And we've noticed you've got over 26,000 followers.
No.
It's amazing. I mean, 26,000 people who, I honestly can say know and love you, because you are, I think it's very hard to find a creator who is genuine.
Yeah.
And,
we said that at the same time.
Yeah, we're in sync. If you ever had 26,000 people just stood outside the front of your house, how mad would that be?
It's just it's mad. It's honestly bonkers to think, only a few months ago I was on 10,000 followers, and then that's kind of gone up by another 10,000 and add another 6,000 and a bit. It's just gone crazy. It's gone mental. And I have had some people speak to me, private message me, would you ever do a meet and greet? And I'm kind of like, I'm not 100% sure. And then they're like, oh, we'd love to meet you. I'm like, oh, what? I don't know. When you sort of don't have time to think, and I'm just sort of like, well, maybe as my following grows a bit bigger, maybe, but I know it's fun to think, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously with over 20,000 followers, as we've said, how has your online presence influenced your life offline? How has it kind of changed it as well?
I think I now sort of look at myself in a little bit more of a positive light,
Amazing,
because
yeah.
I moments. I'm not the most positive-headed person, and I can be that hard on myself. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I can be quite hard on myself. But now, sort of knowing that I get, if I post a video online, and I get, obviously you are going to get trolls. That just happens, and you just sort of have to either ignore, be funny, or block it out. And I think I'm now able to kind of do that and maybe influence that into the real life, inverted commas. So, do you know what I mean? So it's sort of, I think I've grown as a person, knowing that, so many people have seen me online, and if they don't like it, then absolutely fine. But actually, yes, exactly. But I'm able to kind of implement that in my everyday life.
Amazing. I mean, and it's so amazing that you kind of said that social media has made you think more positively of yourself, because a lot of people kind of post on social media, get some trolls and some negative comments, and take that really, really deeply, and kind of it will make them a lot less positive about themselves. But so obviously you have posted a bit on TikTok, but not much, about how about your interest in meditation and well-being, and how you also run meditation classes. What do you think that has kind of an influence on how you think about yourself, and how you think about yourself more positively than others would?
I was in not the best place a few years ago, and I tried doing some online meditations, and for me they didn't really work. I'd listened to some of the guided meditation. YouTube is great, and I think it's brilliant for things like that, sound baths and all the, like you say, well-being and meditations and stuff. But for me it didn't work, and I wanted to get myself, like I say, into a more positive place. So I did a bit of training online. I got a certificate, just an online certificate, and I started writing some meditations. I used a couple of apps to sort of give me a few ideas, and then I put that all into practice. And I do have a very small clientele. I don't have a major clientele, but it's sort of still it's growing. And for me, it relaxes me if I do it anyway. It's not just about leading it, it's about believing it and following it. And a meditation session is not going to just take, if you've got anxiety, for instance, it's not just going to go in a second. It's not going to be, 2 sessions, right, we're done. You need to have a lot of work with it. It's a lot of breath work. It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of believing in yourself that you're able to do something like this. So for me, it's all about the mind, and like I say, kind of like well-being. And that's what I like to give to people. I want to help people, make them feel better about themselves as well.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that most creators struggle, and sometimes in some videos you can see some people really take a downward spiral all of a sudden if they get too burnt out from trying to keep up with trends and things like that? Do you ever think you notice anyone in particular and you think, if they just took a step back and had 5 minutes, maybe with a bit of mindfulness, they'll be able to, get back in the zone as such?
I think potentially yes. I'm not new to this, but I don't know many creators. I like all the eating videos and things like that.
Yeah, 100%. I love seeing the tricky cheese polls.
Me too. Or the ASMR, it's lovely.
Yeah.
I watch it before I go to bed. Yes, I definitely agree with you. I do think that even if it's just taking yourself off for 2 minutes a day, literally 2 minutes, just to take that breath. And sometimes actually that requires that I should listen to my own advice and just do that. Sometimes I don't. I'm on the go all the time with rehearsals for shows, my work. I've got so many things that I'm juggling at the moment. But actually, when I do manage to sit down for 5 minutes, I think, right, okay, maybe I need to do this more often. But yes, I completely agree that sometimes people do get burnt out if they're not sort of taking that time just for a few minutes to chill out.
Yeah, and so do you think that TikTok and posting your Eat With Me has kind of become a bit of an escape for you to kind of, I suppose, a moment to escape? Or do you think it's kind of gone in the other direction and it's more of like one more thing to worry about?
I definitely don't. I think it actually, you could put it down to two aspects of that actually. So I would say it's definitely my escape. I love doing it. I just want to make people happy, and I think that's also like performing, because I want to see people smiling. No, obviously I can't see them smiling purely because this is on an app, but they can see me hopefully think, oh, I really care about my audience, and let's see, see if the comments, it sort of has my mind thinking, oh my goodness, what comments am I going to get today? They're going to be a bit more positive, and I get a real mix. Like I've said before, you do get trolls, but then you get the Georgia's army, in inverted commas, who kind of stick up for you all the time in all of these comments. Or do you really need to say that? Well, I hope you feel good about yourself now, type thing. But in the other aspect, I think that's the right word, I'm not really sure. I would say yes, oh my goodness, I haven't posted tonight, oh, what do? I need to post something. So the other night I was at a rehearsal and I did forget to do an Eat With Me because I didn't eat dinner, and then it was a bit stressful. I had a stressful day, so then I thought, right, let's go to the shops, go and get something, and I managed to still post it. But so it is a thought in the back of my head thinking I have to post something. But now I'm in a routine getting back to work because I've just been off for 6 weeks on summer holidays. I'll do I do a dance in the morning just to get me in the mood, and then I'll do a skincare routine, so I know that I'm 100% going to be doing some form of video.
I think, and I also think that so many people find comfort in you because it's
you're relatable. You're very relatable.
You're really relatable, and the way that you kind of, even in the mornings when you get up and you do your dance before work, just before you get ready, it kind of, I suppose, inspires other people to be like that, even if it's not even if they're at that time they're not feeling as positive as they think you might be. It still gives them kind of a bit of strength in them to kind of,
like a serotonin boost, isn't it?
Yes,
You're scrolling in the morning.
Someone else said that the other day. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, honestly.
You do. It's the first thing you do in the morning, isn't it? You pick up your phone, or your alarm goes off. You pick up your phone. You scroll for a couple of minutes before you get ready. Or you're scrolling when you get to work or something. And if you see someone as such as yourself, you're relatable and you're always smiling, you're always happy. And it just gives you a bit of like a boost. You just think, today doesn't need to be a grumpy day. Today could actually be all right. And if you're having a bad day, it's quite nice to scroll and see someone like yourself on socials because you're relatable.
And I think that's what I want that to come across to my audience, I think that's what I want them to see. Actually, okay, so today it's work time for work, great, let's go and get ready. But if we have a little bit of a jiggle about, maybe it might get me in the mood. What about everybody else, and I think I want that to come across to them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that it kind of creates I suppose a warm environment, and when people are struggling, and I suppose you come up on the For You page, it's something completely different to, like we say, the eating videos. And for example, people in the UK who are watching people eat food in the US, it's like, well, this isn't my everyday life. I can't just go and get something like that. But then when someone like you's posting, oh, I'm going off to work today, I'm having dinner, it might not be like the most incredible dinner in the world.
No, it just never normally is. It's normally quite boring, actually.
It always looks delicious, though, can I just say?
Thank you very much. I've got pizza for dinner tonight.
You?
we'll be round.
It's the time. And so I think that when it's kind of more relatable, I think people can see you more as a friend. So so you've actually got like over 26,000 friends, whereas other people have got 26,000 followers,
I know, I do. Yes, I kind of, that does make sense, and that's a really, do you know, that's also really lovely to hear as well, because I do have a really, really nice group of friends. They're amazing. I've got so many friends from different circles, and I'm so incredibly lucky. But I don't want people to sort of think, especially on TikTok, I don't want people to sort of think, oh, she's got loads of friends, and then all of these friends are going to be here, and that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm genuinely doing this for myself and to make people smile. And if I make a friend out of it, which I actually I've made some very, very nice friends actually out of this, genuinely, this platform. I'm very, very lucky, and then that's a bonus to me.
That's lovely. That's really nice to hear. Even just like having someone else online, because not everyone lives next door to each other. It's probably just really nice to have that extra boost as well, especially when they're commenting things. Is there anything like any trends that you've seen and you've thought, oh, I'd really like to do that?
I feel like I need to do some more like shopping hauls, which are not trends at all. But I should, and I don't do it enough. I would do some dance trends, but again, I just don't know them. They're the only types of things that I would do, and I think I have been open to suggestions. So I think maybe even if I put it out there to my following and say, what would you like to see? Whether it be a trend, whether it be a haul, whether it be cook with me. A lot of people are saying, because I go live quite a lot, because I think I want everyone to see the real me, and they see me in the evening and they're like, well, you're a lot more calmer rather than in the daytime. I'm like, well, I'm exhausted, that's why. And a lot of them have said, why don't you do cook with me? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not confident enough to do a cook with me. You want to see me burn the pans? No thanks.
Do you think a part of the criticism that people get online holds you back a little bit?
Do you know what? At first it did. And nothing to do with, I'm not talking about the cook or eat with me or whatever. But I'm just saying in general. At first it did, but now I'm getting ballsier, I would say, in some of the comments. I will then create a comeback for them, and I'm not horrible about it. I either defend myself, I either ignore, or I will come back with a funny comeback if I can think of one. There was some clothing, and someone said, the other day, somebody said, what did they say? Oh, I'm so surprised that they made the size big enough for you. And I said, didn't you? I said, yes. Didn't you hear? This is the new tent collection. And then I put something like, it even comes with ropes and poles or something like that. And I mean, I was impressed. I wrote it and I went, oh, did I just send that? And I felt a bit guilty, but then I've had loads of comments on that. Yeah, so I was like,
oh, guilty.
And I would never ever have done that like 2 years ago, ever. I would have just ignored, or actually I would have blocked and deleted. But I'm trying to not, because I just think everyone else can see what nasty people can be like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The funny thing is, sometimes those people get caught out because people troll on people's social media and people know them and they find them so quickly. And you just think that's really unnecessary, and why have you bothered to take the time out of your day to do that? There's just no need for it at all.
Do you know what's amazing about I can't think of how to make a sentence. Do you know what's amazing about the way that you responded to that hate comment, that you didn't bring anyone else down? Like,
no,
you
yeah, I really don't. Yeah, I don't like to bring people down, because even if it had been, you know, I think it was a woman actually, and somebody else made a comment saying that I think, and you've got a daughter, really, or you know, something like that. But I didn't want to put myself down, going, well, there's no need to speak to me like that, you know, because what am I going to get from it? I will get no reaction, and I've had no reaction from this person.
No.
They didn't, I presume they haven't read it, or they've read it and just ignored, because they're like, oh wow, okay, I didn't expect that. And that's what I want, because the people that are going to send me stuff like that, I will try to come up with funny ones, because they will keep posting on other videos otherwise. And a lot of people are just ignore them. And I'm like, but if I ignore this comment, I know I feel like maybe in a few weeks' time or whenever, they're going to come back and comment on another one. So if I nip it in the bud now, they're not going to respond. And that's how my brain works. I think maybe not. Maybe that is not the case, and maybe they will comment. But there's nothing that's come back from that one. That was I think that was a yesterday post or a day before. And I was like, oh, let's just go for it.
Just keep coming back to view my page though, and view and get my likes up. Yeah. Thanks.
And you know, I think that because people who write comments like that, they feel like they can just hide behind a screen. But when people actually respond to it, and like you're saying, not in a horrible way, you're not bringing anyone down, but you're responding to it, and like you say, it kind of nips it in the bud. And that is so amazing that you have the confidence to do that, because not only are you helping yourself, but you're also helping so many other people who they're probably saying similar things to, which is just amazing. So by saying one thing, you haven't just done something for you, you've done something for other people. These people are just like hiding behind a screen, and there is, by them kind of, but if you just ignored them, that's fine. A lot of people will come at you and say, "Oh, just ignore them; it'll be absolutely fine." Actually,
they just keep coming back.
And I've posted a couple of videos recently which have gotten quite a few views, and I've had quite a few, you know, negative comments on there. But what they've been saying, everyone's been saying, "Oh, just ignore them. You know, don't listen to them." It's quite hard to sit back and just not, you know, completely don't listen to it. Whereas, so we were kind of talking about that. Anyway, sorry, back to the podcast. So when did your following kind of really grow? I know you were saying that you kind of gone up 16,000 followers in the last couple of months, but was there kind of like a video that kind of blew it all up, or?
This is going to sound really weird, and you're probably not going to believe me. So me and my boyfriend, we went out for dinner, right? We went to please feel free to cut this, by the way, if you can't.
I'm intrigued.
We went to a particular Indian restaurant. That sounds a bit dodge, and I think maybe that's probably why I got so many views. I'm going to say we had a massive part to play in it, obviously. And I got a lot of like comments about, why are you having chips with an Indian? And it was just really odd. And I promise you, I think I've got, I don't know, I mean, I've got over 500,000 views on it or something like that. It's something crazy.
Yeah. And
I literally gained within one night of putting it on, I think I gained nearly 1,000 followers literally that night. I was genuinely on, I was on 10,000, I think it was. And then from then, I just kept posting regularly, like not even Eat With Me. So I'd stopped by that time of doing an Eat With Me. I'd gone through phases before of actually doing Eat With Me videos, and then sort of stopped. And one of my friends said, "Oh, go on, just do it. Everyone loves them. I like them." And I was like, "Oh, do you know what? Even if it's just one a day, maybe I will do it for now, or something food related." And then ever since that video of having an Indian, I've just gained and gained. And I, you know, I hope it continues, obviously. But it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I had an Indian meal. And then a few weeks later, I don't even know how long ago it was, because I went for my birthday. We went to another Indian meal. Lo and behold, I had another like 50,000 viewing. And my dad was like, Georgia, you need to continue to do Indian eat with me dinners. And I'm actually going for an Indian.
God loves an Indian.
So let's see how we go.
Ray, we're doing it wrong. We need to go to an Indian restaurant now.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
I tell you what, if it goes wrong this Saturday, I'm never talking to my dad again.
Dad, you're sacked.
Yeah,
I'm not my agent anymore.
What you were kind of saying is like you're following, apart from obviously when you posted the video about the Indian restaurant, but actually it's kind of slowly grown, which I think lots of people love, because you haven't just posted one video and it's, you know, gone. It's just kind of, and I love that you're persevering, and it keeps going up.
I was about to say, consistency is key. And someone said to me the other day, I can't believe that you've started doing Cameo. How have you got so TikTok famous? How have you started Cameo? And I literally said to them, it's consistency. All I'm doing is posting, because I'm literally genuinely being, I won't post the bedroom because it's an absolute tip, but you know, I will do other things. Like, I don't know, I'll do anything. I've done rehearsal pictures, videos. I can't record footage from the show because it's copyright, but I can do, you know, little things. I can't film in, you know, I can't film in other places just because I'm not allowed to do that, and I wouldn't do that without asking permission, because that's not what I'm about. I do, you know, always ask my boyfriend if I'm eating and he's with me, are you okay to be in it? Or even if we're not eating and we're doing something else, I always ask permission. I ask my parents, because I don't want anyone to feel like, oh God, she's doing a TikTok, she's going, I don't want to be in it, you know, and I don't want anyone to ever feel like that. But it's all about consistency, and it's just, even if it's one video a day, what? And okay, I think timings do have to come into equation in that sense. I do think you have to take consideration and sort of think, like, actually, do I need to post at a specific point in the day or not? But I don't know. I'm still working it out, honestly.
Yeah. And I think, like you say, it's everyone's first time, isn't it? So you've got nobody's got like
ease your way in, babes. Ease your way in.
Obviously, you've spoken a bit about, you know, you speak about it quite a bit on your social media, but you obviously have a passion for musical theatre and singing. But what kind of got you into musical theatre and singing?
So I was 13 when I started singing. My parents always said that I've been sort of very, I don't even know if theatrical is the word, but I was very bossy, hence, you know, my outgoing personality, I guess, or busybody personality, maybe. So I started singing when I was 13. I don't even know. I want to say my mum started doing panto, and I said, I'd love to do that. So I came with her to a couple of rehearsals, and I did, and I kind of did do some of the pantos there. We did Robin Hood, we did Aladdin and Snow White, and you know, it was so nice to be able to perform with my mum. She doesn't do any of it now. She's a very good singer, she's wonderful. And then I got into a couple of other drama groups, so Radlett Musical Theatre Company, Mill Hill Musical Theatre Company, and I also did St Albans Musical Theatre Company, and I've done Harpenden Musical Theatre Company. They're all musical theatre companies. And so I started out doing straight acting. So that was with the Radlett Players. Honestly, I can't tell you how many years ago now. I want to say maybe 12 years ago, I think, something like that. So that was after Panto, or around the same time. And someone said to me, look, why don't you go into doing some performing? So instead of going into musical theatre, I, like I said, started out straight acting. Had a couple of friends that came and saw me in this and said, you would absolutely love musical theatre because you sing, don't you? And I said, oh, I can sing a tune. I don't really know if you call it singing. That's kind of when I didn't really discover that I could do sort of much. I wasn't sure what I could do. My dancing is my lower ability, I would say. Singing, I would say, is my higher ability, and the same with my acting. I don't know. I am very I think that's the one thing that I kind of put myself down by saying, oh, I'm not great at that. I don't think I'm very good at that, or I can't do this and that. I know I have, performed and done lots of roles before, but I still kind of go, oh no, I could do better than that. I'm not one of those people, oh, I know I'm so good at this, and I know I'm so good at
triple threat.
Yeah.
Yes, I just can't. I can't tell myself that I'm amazing at doing it, because I'm like, well, I'm not in the West End, so I can't be. Do you know what I mean? I know it sounds really silly, but so I left the straight acting and I went into musical theatre, and ever since there, I've never turned back.
Amazing.
What would you say for someone who wanted to get into it? What would you say?
I would absolutely say follow your heart, follow your dreams. Absolutely. It's the most fun thing that you'll ever do hobby-wise. And even if you're just sort of thinking about it, come along and, go along to a local drama group, go and have a look and see what they're about. You don't even have to join in, singing and dancing. If you want to do backstage helping, so the curtains, the scenery, the lights, anything, there's so many elements to put on a production. And I think it's so important that so many people know that if actually I'm interested, you can do whatever you want. You can be a performer, you can be backstage help. So I think in my genuinely, if you are interested, absolutely go ahead and do it. I didn't do that when I was in high school.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't. I sang when I was 13, and then I didn't do any productions when I was in secondary school or anything. And it wasn't until later on when like I said, my mum did Panto, and then I joined that. That was it. I didn't do anything. I obviously did my Year 6 Leavers production, and I think I played the librarian in Oliver.
That's going on the CV.
Librarian.
Would you like to post more on TikTok about singing, musical theatre, or do you think you'd like to keep that life kind of separate, or would you like to do more videos like that?
I like to do a bit of a mixture. I like to mix it up a little bit. So I will do some eating videos. I'll do some makeup, skincare, a bit of a singing, here and there. I tend to not post any recordings, if we're doing a run through of the show, just because of copyright reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit funny about it because we're not allowed to record anyway, so we we comply with the rules, but I do get snippets here and there when I can, and if people don't go, what are you doing, are you taking a video of me? I'm like, no, of course not. Trying to promote the show. So I
saw those tickets.
There you go. So yeah, I tend to mix it up a bit because I don't want people to go, oh, this is not a musical theatre page. Yeah, I just want my page to be positive, and whatever I can do to make it positive, whether
it's a part of your life, isn't it? So
I want people to see my life. I'm a performer, I'm a singer, I'm a what else do I do?
What don't you do?
Meditation, working in a school, things like that,
Yeah. Have you seen the TikTok trend where people recreate the song from Hamilton?
What song is it?
Oh, I don't know, but it's where people.
I really wanted you to sing then. Come on.
Hence me asking.
Yeah, I can't remember what song.
She's done a lot of stuff on TikTok. I've been on telly. It's your turn now.
No, sorry. I can't remember what song it is, but people dress up as Hamilton and they sing a song from Hamilton. I can't remember which one it is. But I am desperate to see your take on it, honestly. Like, look at
I can
Hamilton.
do that.
Yes.
He's put a request in.
It
He's
would
put
be
a
amazing.
request in now.
But a
That is my
request. I'm
request.
going to have to follow up that request.
As per Ray's request. Very demanding.
Anyway, sorry, that was just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a look.
Now,
You've got 48 hours.
yes.
And the rest.
Georgia, you have shared a little bit, and as you were saying earlier, that a big part in you kind of blowing up on TikTok was, well, someone was a big part in blowing up on TikTok. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Normally it's me.
God.
Right, let's restart. Someone was a big part in blowing up your TikTok. And that person, I mean, honestly, you guys are, I must say, the new Charles and Diana, because, like, you are literally, like, the nation's, I'm not even, like you're the nation's sweetheart. I can't, like, and of course, that is Luke, your boyfriend, who, I think, like, just your relationship is, I know you only, obviously, we were saying that, you only really post sort of, 5 minutes, if that, of your day out of 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's so amazing just to see a minute a week of yours and Luke's relationship, because it is so lovely to watch. Have you got any, like, what do you think's next in your relationship with Luke?
So we live a little bit of a distance apart. We're about an hour away from each other, which in hindsight, oh my goodness, that's not far at all. But you're talking about dreams, and I think for me, I would really love for us to have a house together, a flat together, a house. I would go for house. It doesn't matter, but as long as we're together.
Yeah.
We have spoken about a family. I'd love to have children. We'd both love to have children. We'd love to get married. We have spoken about it. It's those things that you do, and when you love something.
Surprise, Luke.
When you love someone like that, you just. Of course, it feels so natural to speak about these things, and they are, like you say, in reality, they are dreams, and that is the goal. So I think that's kind of where we're at, and we both know how we feel about each other. We both know what we want. I think it's got to work sort of. I've got my job here. I've got my family and friends here. Luke, he's also got family, and he's got his job as well. So we want to make it work, even if we kind of don't move so close to me, for instance, but we move a little bit, so
meet in the middle.
Exactly, meet in the middle. And
what does Luke make of what you're doing?
And meditation. What does he think?
Yeah.
You know what? He is the most supportive person in the world, to be honest with you. So when we first started dating, I pre-warned him. I said to him, just to let you know, I've got an account on TikTok, and I do filming. I do lots of different content. It's all different things. Some of it's food related. Some of it is like genuinely my day. And he was like, "Oh, I think that's amazing." And to hear that from someone who you've just met sort of opened up a whole on a good side of things, a whole can of worms, thinking, oh my God, he's going to really be supportive. And I do check in very often, and I say, are you sure you still don't mind? No, of course not. And when I reach a milestone like 10,000 followers or 20,000, I never forget 20,000. He sent me a screenshot with a love heart over the 20,000.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna cry. I'm so proud. And I was like,
honestly, watching your relationship is so lovely. And I do honestly think that, and I think that seeing the support that you have from followers about your relationship must be so reassuring.
it is. It's overwhelming. It's reassuring. Yeah. It is so nice to hear. Sometimes I get, oh, I don't think Luke enjoys this, and I have gone, oh, do you know my boyfriend? Then do you know that he when we first started dating, he was quite shy. He won't put himself forward and do a video. And why should he? He doesn't feel like he needs to. I'm never going to force that. And
it's not his page either. So
he wouldn't want to do that. He has got an account, and he does things for his job in his retro games shop, and which I think is amazing. I don't think he posts anything to do with him, and that is fine. He shows, he's got a little following, which is lovely. It's like it's grown, which is great, and it's so nice that he wants to do something like that as well. So I think it kind of comes down to he supports me. He does show an interest by speaking, and he does interact. But so that's that.
Yes.
I really resonate with that because, like, over the years, Josh has been so supportive of everything I've ever done, especially with my jobs and things like that. I can be before we had Henry, my little one, I'd literally buy a car without him knowing that. When we bought our first house, I was literally just like, I'm putting a deposit down. Like, you either in it with me or you're not. I don't care. You can come with me or we can just end it now. Like, I've been so hit and miss. And then as gradually we've had Henry and things, and we've got married and everything like that, there've been times where, especially I got let go before we had Henry, and I found out I was pregnant, and I got let go from my job because they didn't want to take me on because I was pregnant. And he was fantastic. He had to support and be there, and he could have easily just been like, nope, it's just not for me. You're too much now. And I think that support from another person who's not family or a friend, it's that extra connection that you've got to that person is so important, and it's so healthy. And I just think I'd be the same. If there's anything he would want to do, I'd always support him, because you're not just here for everyone else, you're here for yourself. And if you've not got an outlet for yourself, what else have you really got? Like, doing something like this with Ray and speaking to people like you is just such a fantastic thing. Like, what else are we here for? You've got all this negativity in the world, to have something like this to do, and just to have like fun and a laugh, and just to make other people happy and smile, it's such a rewarding thing. And to have support behind you is fantastic, especially from a partner. And
like I must say that actually I completely agree with what you just said, because our platform is still growing. Our TikTok, I must admit, is smaller than our Instagram. But we may only, so on TikTok we've only got 40 followers. Fine. TikTok, Instagram we've got 300 followers, or 320, or whatever it is. But actually, although we've only got a small kind of
it's a little community,
a little community,
but
everyone
is so lovely.
And everyone is so, like, even just a comment, like on Spotify when we put our first episode out. I actually didn't know you could comment on Spotify, but loads of you can comment on Spotify. Honestly, it blew my mind.
You can comment on everything now.
And so we had so many comments on Spotify just being so lovely, and it's so validating, because when we kind of started this experience, when we literally what it must have been 3 months ago now, we literally said it was just a voice note. Just sent me a picture on Instagram of a podcast, I said, or something, and I said, look, we should start a podcast, and then that was it. And so just to be like, just to have people actually care, to have people want to come on the podcast, to have you want to be a guest, it's such a validating experience.
And I just think, we've all got to support each other, because some people don't have anyone out there, and if you're now starting out and things like that, and you haven't got great family or friends or anything.
Not exactly.
Yeah, there's other people out there like us, and we're happy to have a laugh and a chat and a giggle. It's what it's all about. Life's too short, and don't be so serious.
Yeah.
Shall we kick it off with a quick fire? Are you ready?
Quick fire round.
Are you ready? Go on, you can do this.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got it in the bag.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Tea or coffee?
None. I don't drink hot drinks apart from hot chocolate.
Sold.
Right, absolutely fine. Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
TikTok trend that you love?
Oh, da 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 da. Don't know. No idea what it was.
Jazz hands for the role.
Yeah, jazz hands.
TikTok trend you'd happily never see again? Da 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 da.
Not a clue.
Name that tune.
Yeah, name that tune.
If you could learn a new skill, what would it be?
Oh, I'd like to juggle.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Taps or
Ballet
dogs?
dance. Either or, ballet dance or juggle. Anyway.
Ballet dance.
Do both.
Yeah.
I went to Michael Jackson then. I don't know why. So dogs.
Dogs. Although it's really sad because I did have a cat and she passed away. We had to put her down, bless her heart.
Oh no.
Really, it's not funny.
I've got 2 and one of them's on their last legs.
Oh.
Why is that funny? I don't know. It just is, isn't it, really?
I don't know.
It's
It's not funny, but I mean, I love cats and I have always been a little bit scared of dogs, but I love dogs at the moment.
Well, I've got one left if you want that one. Favourite? You're so welcome. Favourite comfort food after a long day?
Chinese takeaway all the way.
One word your friends would use to describe you.
Bubbly. I think.
Choice.
Last song that you had on repeat?
I don't know.
Or what's your favourite song at the moment?
I like Golden by K-pop something or other.
Okay.
Oh, yes, K-pop superstars with that TV show. Yes, we go winner. Did that sound like it?
Golden.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
That was better. That was better.
Singer. Yeah.
I love it at the minute. I did a TikTok dance to that, like a little jiggle about, and had it on, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I think that one.
It is a cracker. Right, and last question. One word to describe your time on Close Enough today.
Fun.
Oh,
Fun.
thank you very much. Very kind of you. Right, okay.
Thank you so much for being a part of today. We've had such a laugh. It's been so funny. We've spoken about so many different things as well. We really appreciate it. We hope that, we gain more followers. You do as well from this, and we get to socialise, and it's fantastic. It's what it's all about. So
we really hope that this has even if it's a really small part in growing your following, we really hope that you gain something from this. I mean, we have gained a hilarious hour. So it's been so much fun. But unfortunately, it is all that we've got time for. If you've enjoyed today, please do, as I said at the beginning, like this video if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Close Enough Pod 25, and follow us on TikTok, Close Enough something or other. Gorgeous. Do you want to plug any social media handles? What's your TikTok? If you've got Instagram, whatever.
Well, I am doing Made in Dagenham in Mill Hill. So if anyone wants to come down and watch our show, it's on the 29th of October through to the 1st of November with a Saturday matinee on the 1st of November. And my TikTok is Georgia _Amelia, I think. I don't know. Is that what it is? I think so.
Something like that. Georgia Amelia.
You will be tagged in the video, so don't you worry.
Yeah,
On
don't worry.
Instagram. So don't panic, and TikTok. So yeah, don't panic, everyone. You can find her.
So yeah, thanks so much for joining us today, Georgia. Honestly, it's been amazing to talk to you. You've been so hilarious, so kind. You are one of, I think, the sweetest person. No, one of the sweetest. Oh, you got the gist. You're sweet.
You're a sweetheart. We'd love to have you back. And
so much fun.
Next year.
It's been so much fun. So thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. No, thank you for saying yes. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been so lovely. Thank you so much for being so open and honest. And yeah, we would love to have you back at some point. If you ever have anything you want to talk about, please do. Give us a.
He's got a lot of editing to do tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, and enjoy your pizza. Also,
thank you. I shall.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Bye bye.